Hello, and welcome back to Actual Play Once More Into the Void. We've stolen our ship back. We've done some training montages. We're in a squiggly, wiggly hyperspace lane. We've shared some mists. We've broken some chairs, maybe broken some hearts. And we're ready to get back in to select some more scenes. And I think, Jamie, you're next up in order to select a game to play.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking, looking at the time, I wonder if we can have Jen choose a game, and then if there's time, I'll choose one before we go into the final game.
Sounds great. Yeah.
I want to make sure Jaskara gets her moment.
Yeah. I mean, you could choose Once More to the Void, I suppose, if that was the timing.
Yeah. True. But yeah, like, not to put you on the spot, Jen, but if you have an idea for what you'd like to do. Oh, sorry, I think you're muted.
I am actually muted that time. So we did Just Like Old Times. Is that the first one that we did? Yep.
Mm-hmm. And One Shot to Make It Right.
One Shot to Make It Right. I kind of want to do Who Do You Think You Are?
That was the game I wanted to pick, so yeah.
I was just looking at that one too.
I'm gonna pick Sentinel for this.
I was gonna pick you. See, we just ended up doing it anyways. So psychically,
yeah,
because I felt like we set it up right. Like,
yeah, we did.
When you realized stuff was going on. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so how did one or both of us get fed up with each other? How did this conversation start?
Yeah, I think it was definitely like it started during training, right? When I revealed that I know way too much.
You're training Newton wrong. Like, you're just doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm. We all know you're in the captain's head. Literally.
Yep. Perfect. I love it so much. Yeah. And what about you has changed since we last saw you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jaskara has been, like, every time we've seen her, she's sort of looked a little bit more put together, more in her element, less sad, perhaps. She's kind of really coming alive, just in time for a suicide mission.
The best time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's obvious that there's something different about Sentinel. Like, they're very distracted. They keep looking towards the captain. Like, the yearning and the guilt is more seen rather than the merciless, for sure. So I think Sentinel looks like a prime target right now.
Amazing. Yeah, I've probably been itching for a fight most of this time. So, okay, so decide what the stakes of the fight are, if any. What do you think the stakes are? Is it just like a fight to fight? Like, is it?
Ooh, I want to say there's an important role that someone has to play for the final mission, right? And so what's at stake is who has to do it, who gets to do it, right?
Do we both want to do it, or we both don't want to do it?
Well, I wonder, Jen, does Jaskara trust Sentinel to do it? Like I wonder.
Yeah, that's fair.
You need to fire the proton grappler right into the ship and to fling them out of the hyperspace. Like Sentinel is maybe the most equipped or the most knowledgeable, but then also
the least trustworthy.
Right?
Yeah, I like it. Perfect.
Awesome.
Decide what non-lethal weapons are in your hand, if any. I I mean, I think I probably just have some sort of gloves on because Sentinel is mostly cybernetic, and I'm not going to go after cybernetics with bare knuckles.
Yeah,
but they're not like puffy boxing gloves. They're sort of.
Are they wraps? Or it's just like
probably,
your hand is wrapped?
Probably wraps, yeah.
More of that KT tape, just multi-purpose.
Good, so good.
Well, that way you get the cool winding scene where you
see
your hand getting all wound up and ready, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
I got two words for you. My left jab, my right jab,
Nice. Yeah, and we can say like the circumstances are this is training for that moment, for that role, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we know that we have to fight past the enemy and we have to get to it, and then we're supposed to like split off, and then I handle what's going right. So we're training for that moment where you and I are supposed to like go up to that point and then split off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and then decide if who is watching, if any. Like, do we think the captain and Quartz are keeping tabs on this, or is it just between us?
I'm cool either way.
I think Quartz would want to make sure the captain didn't see this. I think it would be within
smart. Yeah,
and that could be Quartz is off distracting the captain, or it could be that Quartz is there but the captain is not. Jason, if you would really like to see it, that I'm fine with that. But I feel like that would be. I think Quartz would try to make sure the captain didn't realize that there was this fissure, because we can't let the captain be knowledgeable of this disunity here.
So can we do something clever here?
No, there's no clever moves. Yeah.
Okay. There's emotional bleed.
Oh yeah.
Am I also having a confrontation with Quartz?
Oh, and not realizing it.
It.
Oh, I love it. Yes. I mean, I don't want to make it focus. I want to make it
mechanically it doesn't exist, but narratively we're having a fight that completely mirrors the other fight.
Yeah. Is it also like I've got to be the one to do it? No, you've got to be the one to do it, or I think I think if I mean, this is fucking classic, of course, right? I think one of us is like, right, we're gonna have to like whip ourselves out of the hyperspace lane too, so we don't destroy it, because we're gonna destroy the lane. But one of us needs to stay on the ship and keep it going, So I think that's that argument doesn't even need to be resolved, because again, the important argument is who's going to fire the weapon between Jaskara and Sentinel. But I think we're having some other argument about who stays behind.
And we're both trying to outnoble each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to sacrifice myself. The captain goes down with the ship.
Right. But I want to. I love that. But I want to shift focus.
Yeah.
To Jaskara and Sentinel. So yeah.
So good. I love it. Absolutely. All right. So yeah, let's get into the game.
So one of us picks one of these things. Is that what that is?
Yeah. So you choose a question, and the other person, answers. Oh, I'm so sorry. So when asking questions, your chosen opponent answers. To open the fight, ask a leading question. The one who has more anger in their heart begins. I kind of feel I know who it is, but just checking in.
I mean, Jaskara is full of anger and salt, but
you've got that bitter trait.
Yeah. Okay, so.
And anytime after the third one, we can choose a closing question, basically. But we just throw the questions back and forth at each other.
I mean, the most obvious one is, I question your loyalty to the crew. Do you defend yourself or admit to your doubt? Like, are you really here to do this mission, or are you here to go back to your people or whatever?
Dang. I think there's this moment when like you expect like Sentinel like comes up to you and they're like super imposing and super calm, right? And it looks like I got distracted by chat. Are you here at Space Kisses? Accurate. I'm called out. Okay. So I think like, so I come up to you and I'm super intimidating. And then I just say, do you believe that we're allowed to remake our own destiny?
I think that kind of gives me pause because I was not expecting that as an answer. And I think I say, it's a nice idea. I don't know that I believe it.
From the moment I was born, Jaskara, my people decided what my destiny would be, what my place in society would be, that I would be Sentinel, that I would be Guardian, that I would be Protector, and there's no space in me for flaw or doubt or weakness or feelings. But no, I know it's not true. I know that I can defy that destiny, but I've been defying it for a long time. I don't have much strength left in me. But then, like, I look at you and I say, I pointedly ask you about your true intentions. Do you convince me with a lie or confuse me with the truth? And I say, out of everyone here, the captain promised me that we'd all be together one last time. But Jaskara, you had no reason for showing up. I don't believe that you came here just because you're bored. People don't walk into a suicide mission just because they have nothing better to do. So what are your true intentions?
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna convince you with a lie. And the lie, what is the lie? I don't think I want it to be like, oh, we found a different way. It's not a suicide mission anymore. Because that kind of feels like a cop-out to me. Oh, I know what it is. I'm dying. Like, I might as well do a suicide mission.
Oh my gosh,
that's really mean. I'm sorry.
No, but I like it. I'm okay with you being this mean with me. I appreciate it. Give me more angst. Hit me with the guilt.
I do know how you like the angst, Jamie.
Accurate. Do you like show the wound, right? And like,
yeah, totally.
Like it's spreading and everything.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, like Sentinel's really like taken aback. And I do have the quality of guilty. Just like bam, just hitting it.
Sorry.
And I think like I'm really struggling with that guilt. I think it makes me unreasonably like upset. And let's see. Ooh, I snap and come close to confessing my true feelings for you. What are they? Like I sort of like, I push you against the wall and like I'm looking right at the wound and I say, you've known all this time how I really felt about you. Right. But what are they?
I snap and come close to confessing for you. What are they? Did you ask me 2 questions in a row?
Oh, did I?
I think you did.
I'm so sorry. You go ahead.
You asked me about my true intentions.
That's right. I got carried away. Sorry. My bad. Let's rewind that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one just sort of leads into that. We circle each other tense and silent. What do you say to break the silence?
Ooh, I do like that. Yeah. And I think what I'm going to say is, because I'm dealing with this guilt, I'm looking at this thing, and and I say, do you think someone like you can still claim a worthy death?
I think I laugh at that, and I just say, like, there is no worthy death. What does it matter? It's just death in the end.
So good. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? That's what makes me snap, because my death has to mean something.
Yeah,
my sacrifice for the captain has to mean something. Yeah. So then we'll just like, I think that definitely makes sense into why I push you against the wall and like hold that open, like, and yeah. So what are your true feelings towards me? I don't know what your true feelings for me are.
I think you had a crush on me for a while, right? I think that you were in love with the captain, but I was always sort of maybe the one that got away, sort of. You always wondered.
Right. And
is it possible
I think
is it, I mean, like, we know you defected. Is it possible that Jaskara, you're the scoundrelly type, right? You're the one who'd be mixing it up with the enemy and whatnot. Even though you fell for the captain, is it possible that Jaskara was the one that, like, you were the one that let Sentinel on the border get?
I was on that away mission.
Yeah, you were that first point of contact that like lured.
Yeah, totally.
And then, you saw how noble and honorable the captain was, and how can you not fall for those luscious locks? But like, still, there was something there with Jaskara.
I like it.
Yeah. Perfect. I like that. And I think I revealed that by saying, Jaskara, no matter how tempting you were at first, it's a good thing my heart didn't lead me astray and to you. So you get to choose a closing question.
Yeah.
If you like. I kind of like the idea, like, while you're thinking about it, we're cutting back to like the captain.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's like going into like similar.
We've got our macho, savior bullshit going back and forth of like the captain and the number two, and they're both like, and there's all their like fragile, or at least Quartz's fragile emotional makeup that's pushing them to do stupid stuff and to try and relive their glory.
And I feel that both of us are arguing that the next generation is looking up to that other person, and we're just pointing at poor Newton, who's just sitting there really like confused and scared.
Yeah.
Because all the adults are fighting.
Yeah, all the mom and dad are fighting.
And we're like, but you're a hero celebrity.
Right, yeah. And I'm
has Newton heard... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, has Newton heard the phrase suicide mission in this exchange?
This is when we say the suicide mission word.
Okay.
Yeah.
You two haven't heard this, but Newton has.
Yeah. I think you say like you're the hero. And I think I like plant a hand, like a meaty head. I think Quartz is pretty like, again, Newt style, like really tall. I think I plant like a meaty hand on your shoulder, and the rock crystallines just start like growing over you to the point where it's like it's like my fingers extend a couple inches, so it's like this like massive like grip on your shoulder, and I look in and I give that sad smile and show that weariness, and I say, we all know that's what the media says. We all know that's a lie that I've chosen to live. But out here, the truth of who we really are will be revealed. And I don't want an answer to our conflict, because I want to see it flash back.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Amazing.
Like
so
I stare at you, and a message is passed through our gaze.
Yes.
But no one knows what that message is.
No one knows until presumably later. Yeah, but
Nice. So good.
it will somehow mirror whatever happens between Sentinel
Exactly.
and
Perfect.
Yeah, so I think I've decided to keep my guard up and pretend I'm unaffected. How do you doubt me, Sentinel?
Yeah. And I think like when I see you like, you're like crossing your arms or something, like pretending, or are you trying to laugh this off like it's not too serious, right?
No, I do feel like it's fairly serious. But I don't want you to see how affected I am.
Right. And I think I pull away and I look at you and I say, Jaskara, you've always been the best at hiding from the rest of us and hiding your true self, but I guess in the moment of death, there can be no more lies about who we are.
Amazing. I'm going to withdraw from that. That's too real. I can't handle that.
I like that.
I decide to go seek comfort with another member of the crew. Who? I think it's going to be Quartz when you're done having your fight, right?
Absolutely. I have a feeling that both of them cinematically end at the same time, and we can meet like in a hallway or something.
Great.
We both. Yeah. And I just get the feeling that we both kind of know the other one has done some shit, like dealt with some shit, and we don't want to have a heavy talk. Is there a thing that we can do that is not heavy talking, like drinking? Maybe you're an alcoholic.
Into drinking. Yep.
Yeah. Does that feel right? Is it like we just sort of look at each other and it's like kind of a nod, and then the next shot is like slamming one back?
like going through like all the leftover spirits that were there since we were last on the ship.
Dust off the bottle, crack open the cork. Yeah,
still good though.
I insist that what is this? It's green.
Oh yeah, green is great.
Great.
Nice. Perfect. All right, so the first player to leave draws a card, and then the player left behind decides how to split the tokens.
Okay.
So Jen, you get to pull a card.
I do take a token for withdrawing. Yes,
you do. In fact, take a token for withdrawing.
I'm just racking them up.
Tokens.
And then I'm going to draw a card. Can y'all see this card that I've drawn?
I saw it. It looks like an ace of diamonds.
It's an ace of diamonds, yes. Which I don't know what that means.
It means reveal a painful truth that your shared past, or reveal how this moment could lead to tragedy. Take one token.
There are only 4 in the deck, and we pulled like 3 already.
Yeah, I feel like we have 3 of them. That's kind of impressive. Reveal painful truth about your shared past, or reveal how this moment could lead to tragedy. I think a painful truth about shared past. I think, so I think we flash back to a moment where Sentinel and the captain kind of went off to do dinner or some romance time thing. And we see Jaskara kind of looking on, realizing that like, hey, maybe she actually did have a crush on Sentinel. But the problem with being such a guarded person is that nobody knows how you feel, even yourself sometimes.
Can we blend the scenes together by when Sentinel and the captain are like clinking their glasses? That's when Jaskara and Quartz are clinking theirs as well. Like we see the clink together, and when it comes apart, it's the two of us, and they have like some nice wine or something like that, and we're taking shots. Great, love it.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. All right, so that's the 1 token. You know what? I'm gonna say I feel like it should go to you after that moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Cool.
It has 1 token. Aww.
Yes.
All I need is one. I don't know why you're all hoarding them. I mean, you only need one token if you make it last. If you make it work. I actually have no idea how the mechanics work. We'll find out. I haven't read this part, but like from Quartz's perspective,
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah.
So
sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just gonna say. So timing wise, Jamie, do you want to take us once more into the void, or do you want to?
Yeah, I think so. Because like I got the scene I wanted, honestly.
Nice.
And I was thinking mechanics wise that for a one shot, it would make sense that we can draw 2 cards anyway for the last mission, so it might even it out a bit. I'm going to work with our game development consultant to help with this part of the because the game was originally built for like 2 sessions, so the math kind of works best for that. So I'm experimenting. So cool. Anyway, so we get to go once more into the void. Is this our triumph or a downfall? Dun 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 dun. I'm so excited. So this is the last game everyone plays. This may be the last time we see you. What about you has changed and what hasn't? So before I get into the rest of the instructions, I think it'd be cool if we had like one last like what everyone looks like before we go into the final mission, right? This I can hear the Mass Effect 2 music. Anyway, so maybe let's go in order, starting with the captain, right? And then the veteran. So captain, what do we see of you?
So this is the first time that you've seen me actually don the actual uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Every button has been polished. Every like crease is razor sharp, and he looks like the icon of military glory long lost. Like you pretty much see a statue. Like except you do notice that the clouds are still moving through his eyes. Their eyes.
Dang.
Nice.
I like it. Totally
no
fine.
Problems.
No worries. Yep. Emotional bleeds okay. Very, very fine. Yeah, how about a veteran? What do we see?
Well, when Quartz sort of sits at the helm, that if you have watched Voyager, that like Chakotay late season, like it'll all work out. Like I'm okay. Everything like yeah, the Borg are attacking, but like that like kind of like surrendering to whatever happens, like that like they've just kind of come to peace with like they don't know how it's going to go, but they're fine with it. The thing that you notice is missing is like out of like I think the crown of their head, like their forehead kind of has like all this jutted rock, and there's like a big. It's not like horns because there's a bunch of them, but there's a big old like rock piece that's missing. It's like it broke off or something, and it doesn't seem to be bothering them. It's not like a wound or anything like that. It's almost like a crystal like was pulled out, and then at some point it flashes to Newton, and we see Newton holding the crystal, like the little bit of quartz that they could take. And for what it's worth, like all the like news stations, celebrity stations have asked Quartz for this like a million times, and it's like can we get a piece of your rock debris? And they've never.
We'll auction it off for charity. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so there's like this is missing, and it kind of like plays nice with the geode scar. You can see a little bit of purple glow from it as well. But
perfect.
How about you, Sentinel?
Yeah, I think Sentinel, like, I think what we see, there's just like, we can hear the dung 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 techno music as like Sentinel like says to themselves like, no more hiding, right? And then they pull off the helmets, right? And they use all of their focus to completely solidify themselves, right? and because this is they're pushing themselves hard. They're gonna have to give it their all. So the helmet finally, like, they put it down on the side, and we see that glowing face. But yeah, I think we also see like Sentinel outside the captain's quarters, like they're going to go in and say something, but they just walk away instead.
Oh.
So, what do we see of Jaskara?
Yeah, so I think this whole sort of game has been an evolution from sort of, ratty clothes to less ratty clothes to now. I'm probably in the only thing that I ever actually considered a uniform. It's not actually a uniform. I never would wear a uniform, right? But in true RPG fashion, it's a crop top, because why would a security person be wearing a bulletproof vest? That would be dumb. So you can see more of the tattoos and whatnot.
Nice.
And I think the thing that's changed is that I have a smile on my face, which is a new development. Y'all haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, dang. The scoundrel smile. We're dead. That's too much to handle. Too cute. I love it. All right. And then so during the final mission, anyone can ask anyone for details about the relationships and circumstances. Everyone makes one last loyalty draw before playing the game. So is it okay if I put all the cards aside just so that we have...
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can clear the deck.
Yeah. So everyone draws 2 cards each, and we'll do the usual where we'll go one at a time. So Captain, can you draw 2 cards, and we'll see how much loyalty we've gained before this final moment.
All right, an 8 and a Jack.
Jack again. Wow, the Captain's like going. They're all the complications. You pick so many royals. Okay, so on a 8, you get 2 tokens, and on a royal, introduce I forgot I wrote this. Introduce a complication before the mission even starts. Give away 3 tokens.
So I am let's see. How many tokens do I have currently? So I currently have 6. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be working with Quartz, and no one else knows this, but we have 1 escape pod.
Nice.
And we're going to be loading up Newton in the escape pod just before we cross. So that, Newton will get safe. Now, this is actually extremely difficult because it complicates all of our calculations. We're not communicating, but we need to save Newton.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so everyone else is going to wonder why the heck the ride is so rough. What happened to our fuel reserves? Like, what's going on? All the stuff. But they'll be asking those questions in the heat of the moment where there's other things distracting them rather than asking them before the stuff. Yeah, I love it.
Quartz, take 5 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There we go. See?
Oh my god.
Quartz is on the board.
Oh no, what did I do? I was at 1, so let's try.
Yeah, no worries. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then Sean, you draw next 2 cards.
All right, here we go. 2 cards. Boop and boop. Queen and a 2. So that is I'll just resolve the 2. That's easy. That's 1 token that I get. So I'm going to go up to 7, and then I'm going to give away 3, and I'm introducing a complication. Well, this is totally with Sentinel. Because this, we see that moment, like we come back from the shuttle bay where we've sort of like strapped Newton in, and I think Quartz sees Sentinel lingering around the captain's ready room door, but he wasn't in there because he was with me, or they were with me, right? Doing this thing, and like you were lingering, deciding like, should I go or shouldn't I go? And I think Quartz is going to say, like, I think we watch Captain kind of go into their quarters, and Quartz tells Sentinel, like, this is your last chance. You've got someone should have eke some happiness out of this before there's nothing left to do. And I think if you go along with this, that we're caught off guard. Like this takes a little bit of like suddenly. I mean, I don't know. You can have it be as boudoir as you'd like, whether it's like, oh, strapping on your cybernetics, or if it's just, oh shit, red alert, and you're running out. But I think if you do in fact indulge in this, that you're not there when we get the like alert. It's just Jaskara and Quartz like having to deal with the very first salvo, because you've got a moment of intimacy.
I'll take it.
Is that cool? All right, so
I'm gonna take it.
I'll take it. All right, so I'm gonna give 3 tokens to you, Jaskara. So
Okay.
Down to 4, and you should get.
Nice. Oh my gosh, the broken has the most tokens.
Well, you should be up to 8 now as well, right? Because you were, I think you were at 5, right? So you should be.
Oh! You mean you give it to me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Because that's what that card means. So it says give 3 tokens.
Yeah.
That means give.
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent.
So all these changing loyalty things. Yeah, I think so, because I'm very, very loyal right now to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for better or for worse. Okay. And so it's my turn. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Gonna go to Okay, 5 and a 10.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, so that's 5 in total. I'm gonna give away some of these. Veteran, you have so few.
It's fine. Look, it might be a rocky ride, but we'll make it.
I'll give you 3. And the way that I justify that is, I did the modifications that you wanted for your wheelchair, right? Like when
nice.
Yeah. I didn't tell you about it. I just did it ahead of time. Didn't say anything.
Yes, the hover chair. What I'm imagining now is that, like, it used to be that the only way I was only like in one plane with the disc. Like it was a circle, and I had to sort of be in one plane with it. But I now imagine it can like rotate all ways around the hover chair and just like make a sphere of blade if it needs to. I don't know if I don't know if Quartz is actually going to get into any sort of physical contest, but like, if needed, yeah, very cool.
Yeah. And I think also like what that also looks like is I put in like a section, like the notches, like what they used to do in the old warplanes, right? The notches of every battle you've won. Mm-hmm. So you can tell that like Sentinel has been keeping track of your career this whole time, like since the beginning.
Love it. I think I won't see that until it goes chink, 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 right? Like it's hidden in the like things, and then once it does this thing, it'll suddenly reveal.
Yeah, so please don't be too mad when I'm too busy to help you later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jaskara, go ahead Jen, go ahead and draw 2 cards.
I got a 3 and a 9.
Ooh, nice.
So that is 4 tokens.
Nice.
Very cool.
I think I'm just gonna keep them all to myself. because I'm selfish like that.
But it also means you're believing in the crew because you're more loyal.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Also. Okay,
Irony
so
that the captain now somehow has the least.
yeah, after all of that,
loyalty, now the least faith in
it's
crew.
okay.
It's okay. We can bolster our captain up.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. All right, so there are 7 challenges. So we go around the table and on our turn choose a challenge to face, answer the question, and draw a card to reveal the outcome and the cost. Right. So the thing is, like, we don't know how hard the challenge is going to be, right, until we draw the card.
Nice.
So if you cannot pay the cost, choose one. So there's some choices here. As a crew, you must face all 7 challenges to complete the final mission. And after that, we have an epilogue. So let's see how it goes. Captain, do you want to choose the first challenge?
All right. So I think that as we break into hyperspace, we notice we never actually saw how big the ship was.
Ooh.
And we break into hyperspace, and now we see the Super Star Destroyer equivalent. Like, oh shit, the enemy outnumbers us and we're outmatched and outgunned. Why are we unprepared?
Our intel was bad.
Our intel was real bad.
Yeah.
We didn't see the ship last time.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
all right. So draw a card to reveal the cost.
I'd love to throw another detail in there is that, like, they've had some time to figure out how to learn to use the hyper lanes, and I can imagine them like it's Super Star Destroyer, but they have all these like lightning strikes that are like going out from the ship to like the edges of the hyper lane and like weaving it and controlling it, and like we just don't have that. Like, we don't have that tech. We don't have all them guns that they have figured out in this time that they've been stuck in here.
So, the brilliant tactic I reveal to save us all is remembering that first mission where we recruited Quartz. I recruited Quartz. I was a young ensign. Mm-hmm. And on the lightning-shrouded homeworld of Quartz, I had to reverse the polarity on the shuttle shields to ensure that the lightning strikes would actually go around the ship instead of frying all the electronics and me. So that's how I was able to land on the planet and save the orphaned Quartz. So I repeat the same trick, bark out orders, and we reverse the polarity on the hull plating. Nice. So the upgraded lightning strikes embrace us instead of crushing us.
Nice.
I pay 4 tokens.
Nice. Because you drew a red card. Yeah, cool.
I feel like there's a moment when this all happens where we are fine, but we nevertheless get that that like cartoon thing whenever somebody gets electrocuted and like you see their bones inside. What is that? Like, I think there's like this moment.
Inverse,
yeah. We get this inverse moment where we kind of like see like all of our, like we just see Sentinel's like gaseous nature for like a moment with all the cyborgs. Like a lot of us are like but I don't know. There's like this like weird spark moment where we see our inner selves.
I think Sentinel starts actually glowing like fluorescent neon as the electricity courses through the noble gases of Sentinel.
The noble gases. Yeah.
So good. I love it. Awesome. All right. So, veteran, choose a challenge.
I am cognizant of 2 things, Jamie. One of them is that with 7 challenges, in the way we're doing rotating around, Jen won't get a second challenge. And the second one I'm cognizant is that Jen also has the most tokens. So
I also noticed this.
I would like to abdicate my first choice. I'm if it's okay, I'm going to skip and there, and so
Sure.
you do the next one, and then we'll just continue the rotate. We'll just continue the rotation as is.
Awesome. Yeah. You know what? Let's get my like my past out of the way. I'm going to choose the challenge. My past catches up with me, and I have no choice to face it but to face it. Why must I face this alone? And I think it's. I remember we sort of talked about this briefly, that there was someone I was related to that I had to betray.
I think it was a sibling on this ship that we're facing.
Yeah.
Maybe the captain of this ship. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna say last time I saw them, they weren't captain.
Yeah.
Right, and now they are.
The comms come up. Do we get like a view screen signal with them?
Yeah. Exactly. And I think it's just me, right, that gets this message, and they tell me, if you give yourself up, we'll make sure that at least one of the others survive. Right. And like I know this is a suicide mission, and I know there's no way that all of us can survive. But if my sibling is telling the truth, I'm gonna have to take it that at least one of us makes it out. So I think I have to take them on by myself. And I'm in the middle of transporting myself to give myself up to get to the ship. But I'm gonna draw a card. And if someone's gonna help me or not, let's see how it goes. Dun, dun, dun. Oh,
yeah,
it's a black. How does my pride cost me, basically?
Yeah, I was gonna say you just asked for that. You were just setting yourself up for that one.
Yeah. I did. Oh, what's 10 minus 6? I can do math.
4.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think I just like play right into their trap, like they had no intention of like. And so when they pull me into the ship, I'm like trapped. And it's so funny because I think it looks kind of like what Quartz's setup looks like. Like I'm trapped in this like sphere of glass that like collects all of the gaseous part of me, right? And it's crackling and fading. And my sibling is like, we had trained you to be the most perfect weapon, and look at you now, weak and giving into desire so unseemly, right? So that's where I am, y'all. No big deal. It's okay though. I distracted the commander, giving y'all an opportunity. Going according to plan. So next, Jaskara, which challenge do you choose?
This will all be fine. Our ship, equipment, or technology fails us at a crucial moment. How did the enemy sabotage us? I'm not exactly sure how the enemy sabotaged us, or if it's just we're in a really old ship that has not been maintained.
Good enough point. True.
Yeah. It's black.
Black again.
What terrible price must I pay to make things right? I mean, the obvious answer is I make that wound a lot bigger. Because I have to like reach for this engine part over here, and I have to reach for this other thing over here. I have to like hold something up.
Do you have to go into the core where you're once again exposed to horrible radiation that caused the wound in the first place?
Yes, in fact.
A little Spock moment.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pay my 6 tokens.
All right, and so we loop back again, Captain.
So I I think my past catches up with me, and I have no choice but to face it.
Oh, I picked that one already, though.
Oh, right.
Anything on the right side or the very top one on the left?
I was about to say, yeah, thanks. Awesome.
Right. So, there is a recording, a video message from the ship, doctored video of Sentinel betraying us. This is all a trap, and this was all meant to bring you back here for vengeance, for betraying their people. So I draw a card. Fantastic. So I cannot pay the price.
Yeah.
So what I am doing is,
Yeah, so you have a choice to make.
I will give myself up. I have always loved you, and I would rather die at your hands than be apart. And I transport myself over to the enemy vessel.
Nice. Leaving Jaskara and Quartz as the only two on the ship.
Oh, and my fate remains unknown.
Nice.
Nice. Mysterious. Ooh. Okay. So, yeah. Do we have enough time, do we think? I want to double check with, because we still have a few challenges left.
Yeah, we've got 3 more challenges, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting close, but I think we can.
Let's do it.
Jen,
Cool.
are you doing okay time wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Just wanted to check in with everyone. All right. So
All right. I'm trying to. I can't. I don't know why I can't seem to find where in like the PDF tool to mark these.
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna.
But I wanna like add a little just like mark so I can see what it is. But I think we've done all the ones on the left. Is that right?
Except an old friend appears and betrays us at a critical moment.
Which did you just choose?
No, that's the one I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's me.
That's the one that
You're the old friend.
That's right.
You're the old friend. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that simplifies it. It's at least the. I mean, I feel like everything is falling apart. Like we've lost half of our crew. Right? Does this? So I think. Jen, tell me if this feels right to you. I'm going for everything's falling apart. We'll take all our skill and nerve to navigate through this hellscape. I think we're gonna like have to crash our ship into them and last minute teleport ourselves on, and it's gonna become like a freaking like a brawl.
Yeah.
To like take over the capital ship because like our ship is just too outgunned.
I'm so here for it.
Because like we already described like getting all the like the fisticuffs ready. Like you've got all the right and Sentinel has like armed. So I think so. The known part, which it seems on the screen like it's like scary, but like we as the players know, like the ship and the teleportation like absolutely works. Like we crash through and we crash in, and everyone's like, "Oh no, the ship is destroyed!" It's like commercial, and then it hits commercial break, and when the commercial break comes back, it sees us teleporting on the ship, and we're just like instantly in brawler mode. You know, like just Gara is just like. Like cutting dudes up and the disc is like spinning around. We see that moment.
Oh my gosh! I imagine Quartz like yelling, "The blade cuts both ways!"
Right, like
the blade cuts all ways.
The blade cuts all, and like and to mirror Sentinel being trapped in that sphere, like it's across the room from us, and like Quartz is like charging towards you, like to have these two different spheres collide, and set you free. So let's find out how that works. Let's see how. And our ship is just toast. I'm throwing away all these cards and boop. All right. I got the bad one.
Again.
How do I become a liability? I mean, I think I do it, but it like blows my chair up. It shatters the sphere and you're freed, but like it causes a huge explosion and like I'm like cast out and the hover chair is destroyed and the disc flies off and Jaskara's alone, fending off like a zillion dudes. But yeah, I didn't. There was a price, so yeah. But I can pay 6 tokens.
You were super awesome. That's all I'm gonna say.
There was super awesomeness, yes.
I think I think at that moment, like, there's this huge, the glass crashes open, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's just all these millions of pieces, and then they freeze in the air as Sentinel starts to reform and land onto the ground. Like it's pure like Watchmen kind of like energy, right? Like just like pulling onto that what was trying to trap me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now
is your body now like armored with glass shards instead of
cybernetics? Oh yeah,
you now have all these like glass shards you used to make.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. There's a little bit of a disc in there too. It like broke, and there's a little bit. You got a little.
Ooh.
If you like that. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna choose the last one. The only way we're getting past this horror is if I confess a dark secret to you. My fear overwhelms me. And I lean over Quartz, and you can see like my form is like changing over and over again. And I reveal to you, my name is Sentinel, but I wasn't meant to just be a Sentinel. I was meant to be the perfect weapon. They created me to take on every bit of their power. It wasn't just about I think I actually revealed that what the enemy was trying to do this whole time, like with the technology, was to try to break through into another universe, a mirror universe.
Another dimension. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And which would have been catastrophic because they would have made it through, but it would have destroyed everything else, right? But my power is drawn from that mirror universe, and all the glass turns into mirror.
Nice.
Right. So let's see how it goes as I draw a card. Okay, Merlin is I'm sorry. I apologize for my cat. It's a red, finally.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, so
is that question asked to me? How do I comfort you? Or
how do you comfort me when I reveal it?
Yeah. And I say, I feel like this is very much, Quartz is kind of like, really doesn't think he's making it out of this, and I think, or that they're making out of this, and I think Quartz like sort of sits up and like props themselves like on the edge of their broken chair and like takes your hand and is like, Sentinel, you've always held yourself back. Go become the thing that you were destined to be. You don't have to protect us anymore.
I don't know if that comforts me.
Oh, is that not comforting? Oh no. Well,
no, but I like that. I think
just trying to let you not be Sentinel is if you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
if you prefer, it could just be that last part. You don't have to protect us anymore. You don't have to be the Sentinel, and then you can just decide what you want your nature to be.
Absolutely. I love it. But yeah, no, it's okay. I like it when you hurt me to comfort me. That's fine, Sean.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. Okay, so I used the last of my tokens because I was 4 because I drew a red. Yeah. All right. And so is this the last challenge?
This is the last one, and it's okay because I still have 6 tokens, so everything will be fine. We are confronted by something unreal, horrifying, and larger than life. How is this monstrosity my fault? This is the radiation, right? This had something to do with the radiation we let out 10 years ago, and it is one of Sentinel's species on steroids, right? It's monstrous, it's huge, and it's constantly shifting between states of matter, right? Plasma, gas, liquid, solid. It doesn't have any sort of permanency, and it's real hard to fight. So I'm going to draw a card here. It's a red.
Nice.
What weakness do I reveal to destroy it? I mean, I've done a bunch of research about this radiation over the last 10 years. So I think the weakness that I reveal is, if I conveniently break this pipe that's right here with the, life support system, it vents out gas XYZ or whatever, and it like stops it from shifting states, right?
The argon gas neutralizes its
exactly
morphic form.
Yes. And once I've gotten it in a solid state, I just pound the heck out of it. I just go at it.
Awesome.
So then I pay my 4 tokens, no problem.
And that was the last challenge.
Yep.
I kind of like the idea is like as you're pounding, like this whole screen turns white, right? Like it just completely subsumes everything. And I think we get to narrate how we mostly kind of made it, right? We're not sure about the captain just yet, but we get to narrate how we drive back the enemy. So what do we think happened?
I feel like this was all this big plan that like you would become the perfect weapon and that they would have this giant radiation source that was going to like supercharge you. And like, if Jaskara hadn't defeated it, and if you had surrendered to it, like they were going to make this dimensional rift right through hyperspace. And, I think there's a bunch of your peeps all like, but that's not how that was supposed to work, as they're like big radiation monsters like laid out flat by the Skara, right? And like I don't get the sense that like they're all destroyed. I just get the sense that they're like the giant mega plan was foiled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so. I like the idea that even though we made sure that Newton got away safely, I like the idea that Newton and Helix show up to make sure we can get off the ship.
Well, we each do a final epilogue,
yeah.
Right? We each have our own.
Yeah, exactly. So just to get to the epilogue, I'm going to say they both show up to help us get off the ship, like to prove the next generation of heroes are here.
Could we have a time lag, like because there's time weirdness of it's like. They've been searching for 10 years, and we have like an experienced Newton and senior Helix who are coming by to rescue us.
And they had gone through all their adventures.
Totally. They're now heroes in their own right.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're also lovers that fight crime.
Of course.
I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Just crime fighting lovers.
Who cared to save us? Okay, cool. So we get into our epilogue really quick, right? So,
sure.
And the next one is, so you get to choose, if you survive the final mission, which is like the 3 of us, you choose one, and of course we can make the same choices. And if your fate remains uncertain, you also get to choose one. So, Captain, I'm going to ask, do you want to go first so that we can play off of it, or do you want to go last for mysterious reasons?
I'll go last.
Got it. All right, so let's go with veteran first. We'll go with like.
I'm so torn between what do I want everyone to remember me and who thrives on my legacy. Because I was gonna say what do I want everyone to remember me is they forget, like like they fade out of it. But I think Newton is too compelling. I think Newton thrives on my legacy, and when we see Captain Helix and First Officer Newton like in their like escapades, we see that Newton like jams the crystal shard from my forehead into some computer system and is like wired up some systems to it and is like hacking, is overtaking the enemy's system to like help get us onto the escape pod, and they've like figured out how to use it as a neural conduit from organic to inorganic matter, and like a thing Quartz never ever did, but Newton's figured out how to do it. So that's part of. So yeah, Newton thrives on my legacy.
Awesome.
How about you, Sahil?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Sean,
Oh,
technically you
whoops!
chose
I
from the
answered the
didn't survive,
wrong
but
question.
I want to keep it because I like it though. I'm
Okay,
okay.
cool. I'm sorry.
These are just guidelines. It's okay. Like,
I was gonna say, I
clearly,
was like, Quartz can't die. What?
yeah, exactly. So you did, but you
No.
have a legacy. You have a legacy.
Yeah, it's
So-
fine. It didn't sound like it didn't. I just misread the list. Okay, well,
Yeah,
that leaves
don't
more
worry, don't worry.
choices for you two. Then that way you could
Yeah.
both have fun. So, cool.
I think mine is very obvious. If I survive the final mission, what new heartbreak changes me? What do I yearn for? Because I think I lost the captain, right?
Yeah.
I think we all survived except the captain.
Right.
And so and the thing is, like, I think I have this new body where, like, instead of the cybernetic implants and all the intimidating things, it's all like this glass body that feels warm to the touch, and the mist is moving like within it. This crackling energy. But I spend all this time searching for the captain, right? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep looking for them until I find out what happened. And I keep getting all these messages from Quartz and Jaskara, I think. And I don't completely ignore them. I just, like, every 4 or 5, that person on the group chat. Anyway, I respond and I'm like, I'll be back soon. I just need to make sure, right?
Yeah.
I just need to know what happened.
I feel like Quartz and Jaskara are both sitting together, like drinking and like looking at those messages, and being like, right, yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, can we say we rebuilt the bar, right? So it's no longer
Yeah.
abandoned, right? The
Yeah.
old hideout. It's nice and pretty again. Okay, so Jaskara, which one did you choose?
Yeah. So I think, what regret do I finally let go of, and who helps me do so? I think Quartz helps me do so. And the regret that I finally let go of is perhaps sort of going on the mission, the original mission in the first place, because I had so much anger about that wound, and how, like, it made me feel broken and stuff. And it turns out I'm not broken. So, yeah, and I think, I think drinking with Quartz helps me with
Nice. Jen, did your big fight with the radioactive monster like somehow stabilize your wound? So
Of
it's still
course it
there.
did.
It's still
Yes.
there, but it's like no longer, it's
Yeah.
changed you. Yeah.
Awesome. Like, now you can know how to work with it, right? Even if it's still a wound. And yeah. Nice. Perfect. All right, so Captain, what do you choose?
So, who comes across me, or what remains of me, how does it haunt them? So, Sentinel never used to dream. But Sentinel has started getting dreams, snippets of a childhood of this human, like this human's childhood, with a family, growing up, learning, and as time passes, going more and more through the life of Soren. And the last scene is that first moment when Soren and Sentinel saw each other. They met for the first time, and you see the love in Soren's eyes and from Soren's perspective.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. That's so I love it so much. I love the idea of ending on that haunting note. Like, we still don't know what happened. So good.
I think that's a good wrap.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, y'all. That was Once More Into the Void. Thank you so much. This is such a great game. This is such a great crew. We made it.
Most of us.
Most of us.
We like 3.5 made it,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've had in a few playtests where everybody died, so this is like
cool. Yeah, I'm sure that's a really tough. Yeah, I can only imagine the current the balancing the currency to make sure it's compelling.
Yeah. So definitely, like, I'll just say, like, it's definitely something I'm gonna continue to work on before the final thing. But so far, it's told good stories. So it's just about refinement and getting into that. But yeah, so That was Once More Into the Void. Once again, you can find us on Kickstarter. We still have quite a bit to go. But we got fully funded, like I said, in the first 8 hours, and we hit all of our stretch goals. And we added a new one that we're on the way to. So if you'd like to check it out, please go to www.kickstarter.games. Handy dandy URL. As soon as you back the game, you get the original itch.io version, so you can take a look at the game. And yeah, I also want to stress we have community copies available, so we have unlimited number of $1 Canadian dollar, so it's like a little less than American dollars.
It's like a nickel American.
To get like the full PDF, and we also have community copies for physical copies, which is amazing. So for $10 Canadian dollars, you can get the hardcover book and the PDF. So plus shipping.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, but basically, yeah, I encourage everybody to go check out the Kickstarter. Yeah, so shall we go through our outros, everybody, starting with Sean?
Yeah, I'm Sean. You see him pronouns. It's been an absolute blast playing with all of you. Thank you so much. This was the 7th day of actual play. We did have one session that we had to miss because somebody's car got munched, but luckily no one hurt. Just car munching. But yeah, we had 7 days of actual play this week, which is a record for us. It's amazing. I'm very much hoping that I don't want to keep up that schedule, but I'm hoping we keep doing stuff.
But once in a while. Yeah,
once in a while. But we generally do a week on, week off. So next week we won't have anything going on, but the following we will have Blades and Nibiru and Dictionary of Moo and another game. Yeah, it's still plenty of stuff going on. Very exciting things. So yeah, and you can find me and all my stuff all over the internet at Sean Dentner. So I'll see you all soon. How about you, Jason?
So once again, Jason Pitt, he, him. You can find me over on Twitter at Genesis of Legend or on my website, genesisoflegend.com, or genesisoflegend@gmail. I'm consistent. And be sure to head on over to kickstarter.games to pick up Once More Into the Void. Jeremy.
Awesome. So I'm not as consistent. You can find me on Twitter at Temporal Hiccup and on itch.io as Temporal Hiccup 2. I love to make games. You can find my games there. Once More Into the Void started out as an itch game that I worked on because I was watching Star Trek Picard and was just gripped by inspiration for the game. Yeah, all the feels. And you can find me on Patreon as well if you'd like to support me. This is my full-time gig of doing game design. I'm a game designer from the Philippines, and so you can go to patreon.com/swordqueengames. And the last thing I want to announce is I'm super excited for our Blades campaign, because last week we rolled nothing but ones and twos and threes and a few sixes, right? So I can't wait to see when we come back and see what happens next. So I'd love if you could hang out with us for that too. Yeah, awesome. That's me.
Yeah, how about you, Jen?
I'm Jen Martin. You can find me on Twitter at 10penjen. We got some cool stuff going on with Bully Pulpit. Jen Vaughn, who is in our chat, is doing Fiasco First Fridays. We just did our second one last Friday, the first Friday in June. I don't know what they're playing yet or who's playing, but it's going to be a fun time. I know that part. We have some new Fiasco playsets coming down the pipeline later on in the summer. I have 2 in the mix, so I'm very excited for the people to play those. One of them is Geese. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, yeah.
Oh, I do also want to point out this is my youngest Cassandra. Cassandra, say hi to everybody. Cassandra. Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to say hi to her.
All right, friends. We will see you anon. I'm gonna do the bye thing.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Dun, dun, dun.